today, the fragrance and flavor industry will be the subject of our group's video report. First, let's talk about the background and history of fragrances and flavors. Fragrance and flavor components are organic molecules with intense aromas with distinctive, typically pleasant smells. As a result, they are used to flavor food and drinks alongside perfumes and other things that have a scent. The ingredients used in the fragrance and flavor range from highly complex combinations to single compounds. Furthermore, the industry of fragrance and flavor is built on aroma chemicals, which are substances identified by their distinctive and pleasant odors. Based on their origin, aroma chemicals are divided into two categories. Today's market offers both natural and synthetic. On the other hand, distinguishing quality of how we perceive food is flavor, including fragrance. Scientists have always been baffled by flavor. Aristotle distinguished between sweet and bitter tastes. Today, we distinguish between five fundamental flavors in food: sweetness, saltiness, sourness, bitterness, and umami or savory. Subsequently, fragrances are chemical compounds of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. Natural or artificial smells can be found in fragrance oils, which are widely employed in creating scented products. Next, the history of fragrances and flavors began when people found that simple procedures may enhance an identifiable feature of the scent of natural materials. Furthermore, spices and resins derived from plant and animal origins have been utilized widely for fragrance and flavor. The 13th century saw the beginning of systematic growth when pharmacists began to manufacture therapeutic oils and noted the qualities and physiological implications of these oils in pharmacopoeias. In the same century, natural aroma chemicals were introduced into the industry. Moreover, the distillation techniques that are utilized today to separate natural aroma chemicals originated in pharmacies in the 16th and 17th centuries. The early 19th century saw the industrialization of natural aroma chemical separation. Benzaldehyde, a crucial molecule, was identified during this period. Dumas and Peligot extracted benzaldehyde from cinnamon oil in 1834, and Liebig and Wohlher did the same with bitter almond oil in 1837. The industrialization of essential oil production is in response to the rising demand for these oils as a fragrance and flavoring element marks another significant development, which also occurred in the early 19th century, from around 1845 to 1850. The earliest synthetic aroma chemicals were developed. A new sector of the chemical industry was established with the industrial production of vanillin in 1874 and coumarin in 1878 by Harman and Reimer from Holzminden, Germany. New fragrances and flavors were developed due to the improvements in our understanding of organic chemistry in the late 19th century, which is considered the first true era of fragrance and flavor as we know it today.
Moving on, the fragrance and flavor industry encompasses a wide range of products that cater to enhancing sensory experiences through scents and tastes. Here are some common products that are associated with the fragrance and flavor industry and their spotlights. First is the perfumes and colognes. Perfumes and colognes are the most well-known products in the fragrance industry. They are created with a blend of aromatic compounds and ingredients to produce pleasant scents for personal use. Perfumes typically have a higher concentration of fragrance oils, providing a longer lasting scent, while colognes have a lighter concentration for a more subtle effect. Perfumes and colognes are used to enhance personal grooming, express individuality, and create a pleasant fragrance and experience. Next to that are essential oils. Essential oils are chemical compounds that are obtained from plants. There are widespread uses of essential oils such as alternative therapy for anxiety and stress, treatment for headache pains, improve overall sleep quality, combat inflammatory conditions, provide natural scents, and insect repellents. Because of their widespread use, essential oils are present in diverse consumer goods like toiletries, food and beverages, perfumes and colognes, and even in the field of pharmaceuticals. The third common product in the fragrance and flavor industry are room sprays and air fresheners. Room sprays and air fresheners are designed to eliminate unwanted odors and freshen the air in a room or enclosed space. They come in various forms such as aerosol sprays, pump sprays, or plug-in devices. Room sprays and air fresheners offer a quick and convenient way to create a pleasant environment, remove unpleasant smells, and add a desired fragrance to the surroundings. The most common air fresheners include Lysol, Febreze, Glade, and many more, which all have varying scents that consumers can choose from. Next is artificial flavors and natural flavors. Both are used to add specific tastes and aromas to a variety of food and beverage products. They are used in everything from soft drinks, juices, and candies to snacks, baked goods, and savory items like soups, sauces, and processed meats. Artificial flavorings help create distinct taste profiles, enhance the overall sensory experience, and provide variety in consumer choices that sometimes sets them apart from its counterpart, the natural flavorings. Some products that include both natural and artificial flavorings are in the orange juice company or industry, juices from Tropicana, Simple Orange, Minute Maid, Florida's Natural, and many more. Last is the umami enhancers. Umami enhancers are known as the fifth taste, characterized as a savory and meaty or brothy flavor. Umami enhancers such as monosodium glutamate, or most commonly known as MSG, and yeast extracts like hydrolyzed vegetable protein (HVP) or autolyzed yeast extract are used to intensify umami taste in various foods. They are commonly used in soups, sauces, snacks, and processed meats to enhance the overall flavor profile and richness of dishes. One of the well-known umami enhancers in the Philippines includes Ajinomoto and magic syrup that are considered as MSGs and are essential to give some of the dishes that little bit of oomph. Now, fun fact, whale vomit is used by some perfume companies and incorporate it to their product. But why? Whale vomit is a lumpy gray substance regurgitated from the intestinal tract of sperm whales. Yes, sperm whales and not any other whale species that you can think of. Whale species are the only ones or whale species that are capable of producing the substance responsible for this vomit, ambient, just like the way different organisms biosynthesize different compounds. So what is the use of whale vomit or ambergris? Ambergris was and is used as a fixative by many expensive perfumers, such as Musk, in order to prevent their fragrance from evaporating. In other words, it made fragrance last longer, which made products superior and therefore more expensive. In summary, ambergris contains ambien, which is a colorless alcohol, and this is the main reason why perfume companies contain or why perfumes contain ambergris. It helps the perfume to last longer.
Salt water is arguably one of the most commonly used seasonings in the world, dating back to 2700 BC in China. It is essential in every household or restaurant as a flavor enhancer. There are two primary ways of getting salt. The first would be through evaporation from seawater producing sea salt. Seawater is first filtered to remove contaminants and is evaporated to produce solid crystals of sodium chloride. Additional steps can be taken, such as adding iodine to produce iodized salt, heating it to high temperatures to produce other variations of salt, but in essence, sea salt is simply evaporated seawater. Here is the process diagram for the aforementioned process for making salt. Another even simpler method of obtaining salt is mining salt, formed by evaporated saltwater bodies which is then crushed into an appropriate size. A common example is the famous Himalayan pink salt, which oddly enough does not even come from the Himalayas, but from a mine nearby, and its mystical pink color coming from traces of minerals. Monosodium glutamate, while similar to salt, involves umami rather than just saltiness, which can be described as somewhat savory. It became widely popular during the 1900s. MSG garnered fame through its flavor enhancing capabilities, and it garnered infamy due to its potential health effects, even believed to cause something called Chinese restaurant syndrome, which has mostly been disproven. To produce MSG, we must first produce glutamic acid, which is from the bacterial fermentation of glucose, which comes from plants such as sugarcane. The glutamic acid is then reacted with sodium hydroxide in a reaction called neutralization, which is a reaction between an acid and a base to form monosodium glutamate, or MSG. The solution can then be filtered and evaporated to get solid crystal MSG. The byproduct, aside from water, is the plant matter that comes from extracting glucose from sugarcane or other plants, which can be used as fertilizers. Here is the process diagram for the aforementioned process for making MSG. The last product is cheese. While not as common as salted MSG, cheese is found in many of today's foods such as burgers, salads, and even desserts. Due to its countless varieties, each with its unique texture and flavor depending on how it's made. The general process of making cheese would begin with fermenting milk using certain bacteria. Then, rennet is added to the milk, which causes coagulation, creating curds of cheese, and leaving behind whey, a byproduct of cheese making. The curds are processed by cutting, stirring, and heating, and are then separated from the whey. The curds are then molded and seasoned and left to dry. This is the last process diagram for the aforementioned process of making cheese. Thank you.